Under the 2005 National Electrical Code, a range hood in a dwelling unit is not typically considered an appliance. The National Electrical Code defines appliances by specific characteristics and applications. Generally, appliances are self-contained pieces of equipment that perform a particular function, often involving heating, cooling, or mechanical action. Examples include refrigerators, washing machines, dishwashers, and microwave ovens. These appliances usually have dedicated circuits or are connected by cord and plug. A range hood, on the other hand, is primarily an exhaust ventilation device designed to remove smoke, grease, and odors from the cooking area. It is usually hardwired into the electrical system and is often considered part of the building's ventilation system rather than a standalone appliance. The specific requirements for wiring a range hood can be found in Article 430 of the National Electrical Code, which covers motors, motor circuits, and controllers. While range hoods contain a motor to drive the fan, their installation and electrical requirements are distinct from those of typical appliances. For example, Section 430.22e of the National Electrical Code may address the branch circuit sizing for a range hood motor. The location of the range hood is another factor that differentiates it from typical appliances. Range hoods are permanently installed above cooking surfaces, making them an integral part of the kitchen structure. Appliances, conversely, are often movable and can be plugged into various outlets throughout the dwelling. Therefore, the NEC treats range hoods differently, with specific guidelines for their wiring and installation that reflect their function as ventilation equipment rather than general appliances. Consider also the overcurrent protection requirements. For appliances, the overcurrent protection is generally sized to protect the appliance itself, and this information can often be found on the appliance's nameplate. However, for a range hood, the overcurrent protection is sized based on the motor's full load amps and the requirements of Article 430. This distinction further emphasizes that range hoods are not viewed as typical appliances under the NEC. It's important to consult the 2005 National Electrical Code directly, particularly Articles 422 for appliances and 430 for motors, to ensure proper installation and compliance. Local amendments to the National Electrical Code can also influence how range hoods are classified and installed, so checking with the local authority having jurisdiction is essential. In summary, while a range hood shares some characteristics with appliances, its primary function as a ventilation device, its installation methods, and its specific electrical requirements lead to its classification as something other than an appliance under the 2005 National Electrical Code. It is more accurately considered a part of the building's ventilation system, governed by the rules applicable to motors and fixed electrical equipment. Always refer to the latest edition of the National Electrical Code and local codes for the most current and accurate information. The National Electrical Code provides specific guidelines for the installation and wiring of electrical equipment in buildings. These guidelines are designed to ensure safety and prevent electrical hazards. Understanding the distinction between appliances and other types of electrical equipment, such as range hoods, is crucial for proper installation and compliance with the NEC. Always consult with a qualified electrician or electrical inspector to ensure that all electrical work is performed in accordance with the applicable codes and regulations. This will help to ensure the safety of the occupants and prevent potential electrical problems. The NEC also addresses grounding and bonding requirements for electrical equipment. Grounding is the process of connecting electrical equipment to the earth to provide a path for fault current to flow back to the source. Bonding is the process of connecting different metal parts of the electrical system together to create a low impedance path for fault current. Proper grounding and bonding are essential for preventing electrical shock hazards and ensuring the proper operation of overcurrent protection devices. The NEC provides detailed requirements for grounding and bonding in Article 250. These requirements cover a wide range of topics, including the size of grounding and bonding conductors, the methods of connecting grounding and bonding conductors, and the types of equipment that must be grounded and bonded. It is important to carefully follow these requirements to ensure that the electrical system is properly grounded and bonded. The NEC also addresses the use of ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs. GFCIs are devices that are designed to protect people from electrical shock hazards. They work by monitoring the current flowing in the circuit and quickly interrupting the circuit if a ground fault is detected. GFCIs are required in many locations, including bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. The NEC provides specific requirements for the installation and use of GFCIs in Article 210. It is important to install GFCIs in all required locations to protect people from electrical shock hazards. The NEC also addresses the use of arc fault circuit interrupters, or AFCIs. AFCIs are devices that are designed to protect against fires caused by electrical arcs. They work by monitoring the current flowing in the circuit and quickly interrupting the circuit if an arc fault is detected. AFCIs are required in many locations, including bedrooms and living rooms. The NEC provides specific requirements for the installation and use of AFCIs in Article 210. It is important to install AFCIs in all required locations to protect against electrical fires. The NEC also addresses the use of surge protective devices, or SPDs. SPD are devices that are designed to protect electrical equipment from damage caused by voltage surges. Voltage surges can be caused by lightning strikes, power outages, and other events. SPD work by diverting the surge current away from the protected equipment. The NEC provides specific requirements for the installation and use of SPD in Article 280. It is important to install SPD to protect sensitive electronic equipment from damage caused by voltage surges. The National Electrical Code is a comprehensive set of standards that covers a wide range of electrical topics. It is important to stay up to date on the latest edition of the NEC and to follow all applicable codes and regulations. Consulting with a qualified electrician or electrical inspector can help to ensure that all electrical work is performed in accordance with the NEC and local codes. The National Electrical Code is updated every 3 years to reflect changes in technology and to address new safety concerns. The latest edition of the NEC is available from the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA. It is important to purchase a copy of the latest edition of the NEC and to review it carefully. The NEC is a complex document, but it is essential for anyone who works with electricity. Taking the time to learn about the NEC can help to ensure that electrical work is performed safely and in accordance with the applicable codes and regulations. The National Electrical Code also provides information on the proper selection and use of electrical equipment. Electrical equipment must be listed and labeled by a recognized testing laboratory such as Underwriters Laboratories, or all. Listing and labeling indicate that the equipment has been tested and meets the applicable safety standards. It is important to only use listed and labeled electrical equipment to ensure that it is safe to use. The NEC also provides information on the proper installation of electrical equipment. Electrical equipment must be installed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions and the applicable codes and regulations. Improper installation of electrical equipment can create a safety hazard. It is important to carefully follow the installation instructions and to consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions. The National Electrical Code also provides information on the proper maintenance of electrical equipment. Electrical equipment should be inspected regularly and maintained in good working order. Proper maintenance can help to prevent electrical hazards and extend the life of the equipment. It is important to follow the manufacturer's maintenance instructions and to consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions. In addition to the National Electrical Code, many states and local jurisdictions have their own electrical codes. These codes may be more stringent than the NEC in some areas. It is important to check with the local authority having jurisdiction to determine the applicable electrical codes. Following all applicable electrical codes and regulations is essential for ensuring the safety of people and property. Always consult with a qualified electrician or electrical inspector if you have any questions about electrical safety. Range hoods, while not typically considered appliances under the NEC, have specific electrical requirements that must be followed for safe and effective operation. These requirements include proper wiring methods, overcurrent protection, and grounding. It is important to consult the NEC and local codes to ensure that range hoods are installed in accordance with all applicable regulations. This will help to prevent electrical hazards and ensure that the range hood operates properly.